Okay, here goes Gordon and Jan, our first guest from Boondockers Welcome.
Dave and Shirley, where have you been? Down the road we go again. Trekking their way through the USA, boondocking while docking in the Taipei. While they're standing on the corner of Winslow, Arizona, Altoona, Cheyenne, or down in Punta Gorda. And if your RV needs some minor repair, Dave will give you tips down at Camp Sinclair.
Well, since we're here at Camp Sinclair and we're Boondock Welcome hosts now, we had our first guest come in. And this is the van they came in. It's a 1993 Chevrolet camper van. And their names is Gordon and Jan. Hi, Gordon.
Hi there, how you doing?
Pretty good. I like your van.
Thank you.
And we'd like to, if you could show us around a little bit inside and the outside and tell us all about it.
All right, thank you much. By the way, we're enjoying our stay here. You've got a lovely place. All right, this is the Crescent Cruiser, and we'll start at the back where it's kind of ugly and get to the pretty parts. Bed platform with a queen size bed. It's a memory foam with a gel top on it. Very comfortable. I thought I would have trouble at being that thin with it compressing and me feeling the board underneath, but no problems. Underneath, plenty of room for storage. If you look over here, the wooden box has two deep cycle marine batteries in it. They feed into a inverter that's over there with the red cables going to it, and a little 12-volt box. I use that to power the LED lights and whatnot that you see in the van right now. Behind the little drape with all the goodies in it. Yeah, this little drape with all the goodies in it, that's just hanging on there, and underneath we got room for everything. There's all our camera equipment. We're both photographers. There's a generator in there behind this little die-hard portable power pack. We'll leave that there. Some of the amenities I put on it, these little motion activated lights for security at night. You can turn them on and anything comes within about 12-14 feet of the van, boom, you got light on.
Cool.
And so I'll have that going when I've got the generator outside and not able to watch it. That'll give them something to think about.
Yeah, they'll think about it, but they'll take it anyway.
They'll take it anyways. This little box back here is something I made. I wasn't going to be using that ladder, but it served as a good place to mount the box. And the box has a little 2.5 gallon gas can in it for the generator. I'd rather keep it outside than inside in case of an accident. This van was owned by
Is this what you call here, the Crescent?
Yeah, we call it the Crescent Cruiser, and I designed the little patch and had it made and put it on the van. And there's something up at the front too we can show you. Redid the grill with some molding, the chrome molding across the strips and stuff to kind of spruce it up a bit. And then down here made the little wooden plate, and that mounts onto this critter. I had this van 2.5 days before I realized it did this. Put that up like that, and now you've got a step to step up and clean the windshield.
Oh, that's great.
And I was just walking by it after I had it about 3 days and looked down there and said, what the heck is that? It worked out fine.
That's pretty cool.
We'll take you around, look in the driver's seat here. Pretty much standard, except that I've cleaned up the woodwork. Over here you've got a backup camera with a mirror camera on the back license plate. The tablet right there is internet capable, so it would not only use it for GPS and driving, but we can also get the internet on it. Cool. Replace the radio with one that'll handle pretty much everything: discs, USB, flash drives, auxiliary inputs and everything. And then behind the tablet, you can't really see it, is a satellite radio. Oh. So you name the channel, we got it. This critter right here is not just a cooler, it is a refrigerator freezer. And that's been a lifesaver. Runs on both either 12 volt or 120. And we'll go back around the other side. The van itself was owned by a couple that used it to travel, and when the fella passed away, the wife kept it in a driveway for about a year. Her daughter said, "You're not going to use this again, so let's sell it." And she was real tickled to find out we were going to do something with it. It was originally a full-blown conversion van with the two passenger captain chairs, then two passenger back here, and then the fold-down bench. So we got it home, we stripped it out, and what you see here has all been done using my little workshop at home. Okay, we're in here. Like I said, it's a queen-size bed. We put a little cabinet that I made up there. It has some goodies in it. No road trips complete without music, so I brought a little half-size guitar. Got some racks up on the top sides over here that hold all sorts of goodies, as well as on this cabinet. The cabinet is straight out of, I think it was Lowe's, and gives us top and bottom storage for food and clothing. Since we called it the Crescent Cruiser, we thought this dream catcher was appropriate, the crescent moon.
That's cute.
You've got a microwave right here. Now it's 110, but that'll run off those dual batteries, or I'm plugged in, thanks to you, with some shore power, and it'll run on that too. Down below it is a cabinet where we have more food goodies. This system right here is a, let me move my phones that are charging. This is a camp sink, I think is what they refer to it, as a camping sink. And you can see there's the sink. I made the little cutting board top for it so that we could use that. And there's the little faucet, or the spigot. Down below that, I can show you what it looks like. That's the bottom, along with a little jug to catch the gray water. And then up here is a 19-inch flat screen TV.
Is that 12 volt?
No, it's actually 110.
Oh, okay.
But it runs all night long if we wanted to on those dual batteries. We found that the dual batteries kept charged with an isolator under the hood. When you're driving, it's either charging the car battery when it needs it, but when it doesn't need the car battery charged, it shunts the electricity to the back and charges those dual batteries, so they're usually topped off if we've been doing any kind of driving at all.
Oh yeah.
And so that will power that, or this refrigerator freezer. And like I said, that's a dream right there, that refrigerator freezer. It
what kind?
Takes care of it. It's an I think it was called Alpinlite, A-L-P-I-N. Start with that, go to Amazon, put in refrigerator freezer, and start with Alpin, and you'll come up with it.
Okay.
Underneath the bed, from this side, is our porta toilet. It's right down there. It's secured so it doesn't move around while we're on the road. Thank goodness. Yeah. And we have a second cooler under there that's both 12 volt or 110 that we use. It's strictly a cooler. I'll give you back your camera.
Okay.
It's strictly a cooler rather than a freezer, and that's where we'll keep things like soft drinks or whatever, cold water bottles and whatnot that don't need to be frozen. The bigger one will both freeze, and then it has a smaller section that'll just refrigerate.
Oh, okay.
So it's handy.
So,
but this project, the whole project, the van itself, they were so tickled that we were going to do something with it that her husband would have approved. That she sold it to us for $3,400.
Oh, really?
It's got a 350 V8 in it. It ran like a champ from the time we got it. First thing I did was take it to my trusted mechanic and had them look it over. And I think the only major thing we had to do was shocks, new tires because they had started to dry rot from sitting, and I think a belt tensioner, and that was pretty much it.
That's not much.
Since then, I have put an upgraded alternator in it, a little higher output than what would come normal, and that helps with the charging and whatnot without putting a strain on the battery.
Yeah.
And of course, we got the new tires and all that. But I'd say with the construction, buying the materials, buying the freezers and stuff like that, doing a lot of research online, Amazon and whatnot, to find best prices, and not being suckered into buying just the big name stuff. We got by with probably putting maybe an equal amount of money into it after we bought it, maybe about another $3,500. But total, I would say total on the entire project up to this point where we're taking off on our first major road trip, we've got probably $7 grand invested in it.
That's not bad at all.
For an RV, you know,
Yeah.
and if it is a tiny little mobile motel RV, that's not bad at all.
No.
So we're pretty happy.
Okay, Gordon, where are you guys going and how long are you going to be gone?
Okay, we're started in Gatlinburg, that's our home base, and we're photographers over there. We've been shooting the Smokies. I've been shooting them for 40 years. But Jan's always wanted to go out west and see the western states, and I've never been out there either. So we decided this was our lockdown project. Now that we're free, vaccinated, get vaccinated, people.
Yeah.
Once we're free, this is our very first stop on our way from Gatlinburg in East Tennessee. We stopped here in West Tennessee at your gracious place. Discovery America Museum was awesome. We're going to go down to Memphis tomorrow, maybe catch the zoo. Zoos are our equivalent of a African safari. We can't afford the real things, so we go to zoos. But we love animals, so we'll do that. From there, it's head out west. We're probably going to be hitting Santa Fe, maybe Sedona, Grand Canyon for sure, and we're hoping to take in as many of the big 5 in Utah as we can squeeze in. And then no rules. Anything we see along the side of the road that makes me want to get off, we're going to do it. And people have asked, well, how long are you going to be gone? I've been telling them until either the money or the inclination wears off.
There you go.
Know, that's it. So this is kind of a dream trip. COVID forced us into retirement, but it also brought about this opportunity, so you got to look for the bright side.
Yep. The van, like we have, you know, that camper van.
Yes.
Or camper, truck camper, and it's great when you're traveling, because you see some, you pull right over. You pull right over, go in, right.
Exactly.
If you've been in a big motorhome, you're going right past it.
I know. So. Well, Jan, when we started looking with the idea that let's get something we can travel in, we both had that discussion, and knowing us, knowing number one that we're just going to be spending time in the van or the camper, basically to sleep and fix some meals.
Yeah.
But most of the time during the day, we're going to be out taking pictures. And so this is not, we're not going to campgrounds where we want to stay for a week and set up a home away from home and sit there.
Right.
We're going to be doing stuff. So it didn't make sense for us to get some big, gigantic motorhome because it wouldn't go the places we wanted to go. And you also couldn't do a whole lot of boondocking and dispersed camping with those. Yeah. So this is going to fit our needs real well. I think we're going to be real happy with it.
I think you're going to have fun, because that's kind of the way we travel. We just stop where we want to stop, and we don't make reservations hardly, and we just love it that way. So. Well, we're real glad you picked us as your first night out, because it's our first guest for Boondockers Welcome. Yeah. And we've thoroughly enjoyed it, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
Oh, count on that, and I hope that other people see this and come visit you too, because you're very gracious hosts.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We enjoy it. We enjoy meeting people out on the road, and we enjoy meeting people who come here, because we've had a lot of come by. So
we really appreciate it.
Well, thanks again for coming and showing us your cool van. It's really nice.
I hope we inspire some other folks to get out there.
Yep, I do too.
Okay, not bad for a 71-year-old.
Oh, no.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay, here goes Gordon and Jan, our first guest from Boondockers Welcome, taking off, heading west.
Bye, y'all. Have a safe trip.
They're going out west, going to go all to Utah's 5 big parks out there, and they're going to have fun in their little camper. Thanks for watching Down the Road We Go. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you click the little bell so you get notified every time a new episode comes out. Thanks again for watching Down the Road We Go.